interface of the YouTube Studio, which decides that in the middle is the perfect place for that screen. Fortunately, breaking the CSS is all that's needed. Okay. Yep. Okay. So I have Nemo! No! Consider this a mercy. I have... Whoops. Broken this floor. I've built a tree farm in the meantime. This thing. I don't think I've shown it since last time. I think I was just digging and entering out of this area. And it has been running and it's been doing its job pretty well. I, however, needed more. So I have started making preparations for making it worth it. Okay. And now I have finally emptied this area out of all the water that's been inside here, using experience blocks. It's kind of insane. And I am ready to empty that. Do I have a... Yes, okay. So, today is opening day for this new layer of the farm. This thing is so fucking useful. The symmetry stars. It's honestly amazing. I just broke that pickaxe. Whoops. Quick detour. Run. That was expensive. Time to get started on figuring out that one unbreaking and never breaking, or whatever it's called, enchantment, which stops the use of the tool once it's almost broken. So I have somewhat expanded my operations with the mob farm. I have added some fans and all that. I've sort of upgraded this whole thing. So let's get going. I need a... I do. That's a silk touch one. Let's see. When I'm rendering trader right now, it will be pretty neat, but I don't. So let's just do it normally. Yep. Absolutely. This one. Sure. Nope. Yeah. I don't have mine a server maxed out. I'd like that to be maxed out if I can. Yep, that's about it. Okay. So what's the... There's one enchantment here, which can be used to make it some enchantment here can make it so that the last bit of durability isn't used up. One moment, I need to actually check something. Screen settings. It's public. Okay, nice. It's finally settled on agreeing that I clicked on that button. And I'm pretty sure I had that enchantment. Oh well, I have to deal with this normally now. This time, let's hope I'm a little bit more careful. Here's my little side path I've been using for getting down here. I may as well break this. Okay. Let's keep going. Really crept up on me. Crazy that this is the most abundant, most useful block for this use case. I was going to use copper like over here, but I didn't have as much as I thought. Crazy sounds as well. I have the boon of the earth generates blocks when using Unbreakable andesite of any kind. So could be a slight advantage that I may use later. Okay, that's about it. Now I just need to get rid of all the lamps. Grab all the items. And then quickly break all the concrete. Oh, I forgot. That's a nice sound. No, I'm about done. Get started with the complex part where monsters started appearing and all that. Leaked. Oh, what? Okay. Almost. And okay. Oh, finally I got spider eggs. Hmm. Ah, yeah, that's about it. Nothing else really needed. I may recalibrate the farm deployers so they spawn, so they are able to spawn double weight spruce trees. Right now they are working in separated lines, but if they were to be unified, more hits than most. That should be done. That should be good. That goes, you know, through here. To this area. Up past the staircase. And over here to the main core line. Which has gotten blocked again. Sometimes this happens. Not entirely sure what causes it. It really shouldn't be able to happen. I could filter this. Okay, first let's remove all the debris in here. That's about right. Any safe and sorry on that one? I don't want to accidentally be digging any caves. Okay, and what's it called? No. Perfect. I can just fill. Oh, the light's gone out again. Another thing that sometimes randomly happens. These are being supplied by power. The power's not run out. The power has run out. Oh, no, okay. Oh, that's certainly different. Why has because the water has run out. Okay. Okay, we are fixing problems here. Why has the water run out? The water, oh my, it's not coming in at all. But it is up there. What? What? Okay. This looks like a glitch, meaning creative mode. What the fuck was that? Let's take a look. Yeah. Decided to not update, yeah? Okay. Looks better now. That's certainly a problem. That shouldn't happen. This is my main water line. If this doesn't have water, you know, nothing does. But it looks like it's quote-unquote fixed for now. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. The mod does leave some allowances for this kind of issue, meaning even if it's just a puddle and only one of them is running, the steam engine is still running. But, oh no, it's still happening. Try this for now. The exact same issue. It's just stuck. I can apparently right click that away. Some way to debug. Let's see. It may be time to switch to the creative mode system. I wanted to do that for a while anyways. So creative mode up. I'm gonna create a fluid tank. What's this? Generator. Yeah. I could redstone is sort of unreliable. It also, using command blocks, is pretty unstable, which is one of the many reasons I do not particularly enjoy watching people honestly do data packs. So here's how this is gonna work. First, a bit slow in my opinion. I wish there was an easy way to also check flow rate, because I'm feeling like it may be dependent on the amount of inputs here using these funds. So it's possibly, or even the thickness of the pipes should be pretty terrible, all things considered. And what is that? Okay, that's better. Wow. I have no idea what the rules are for these. Faster? Slower? The same speed? I have no idea. I don't even know if it fixed this in any significant amount. I can only hope. Okay. Ah. Looking somewhat better. Time to heal this one up as well. Do I have any nuggets with me? No. But I can empty these buckets finally. You know, if this mod was for anything else, it wouldn't really bother me as much. You know, if it was for just, you know, adding some slightly more interesting physics or whatever. But the mod is called Flowing Fluids. The mod is called Flowing Fluids. And guess what it's not doing? Yeah, it's not flowing the fluids. Stuck. Unless I'm literally next to it. Can't be that. Figure that's what I will do. Here as well. Look at that. In a circle around me. Just not doing the thing. I'm gonna reload. I'm gonna reload the game and see if that works to fix something. Well, first let's just do it like this. I'm also gonna quickly, in case something weird shows up, disable that. It's flowing, but you know, it was flowing before as well, so what does that even tell me anymore? Only the closest fluids are moving at all. That is Oh, is it this? Yes, I think I did change that for some reason. Yeah, so it should be unlimited now. Okay, okay, it was my fault. But it's good because that at least means I know where to fix it. And I should have at this point fixed it. Now if it needs updates further along, that's another question, but yeah, let's update it. Use that debug setting. It does still seem rather slow. Like, dang. Dang, does it seem slow. You know, I did have the idea a while ago. I should occasionally have a day where I go up on top of this tower and use a certain command. I will now be doing that. Because due to technical limitations, I can't just constantly have it be raining from this high up. But occasionally, tested by just doing 10 by 10. Don't want to make vertical slides into my base. But yes, I do want to now try flooding a lot. I may have sliced into my tower. Okay. Yep, it's lagging. If I could, I would run this somewhere around my base, like in a big ring around the whole area. But I unfortunately do not have a NASA computer, which is probably what's literally required to do that kind of thing. So for now, while it's lagging out, I'm just gonna show my base a little. So, this is already known. Like over here, charcoal is gonna be flowing down this area. Whoops. Yep. Let me actually mute that. That's the Discord ping on my end. So don't be going around looking for now. And here, that coal is gonna be turned into graphite powder. Alongside other stuff, it's going to be stored, but the graphite powder is instantly going to be thrown back out over here to the stomping area, which is gonna be, you know, turning it into graphite powder, and impure diamonds, and sometimes a diamond. These are the main product that the mod is made for. I am looking mostly for impure diamonds. The graphite is gonna again be thrown out over here, stomped again. One stomping for graphite in chunks, another for either impure or pure diamonds. Impure diamonds are gonna be thrown back here, to the crushing zone, which I've expanded a little bit. It's then I'll go out over here to this barrel. At this point, I think I learned that it will actually be running. But for a while I wanted the gravel itself. The gravel can then be thrown out onto this depot, where this main one is throwing it into this deployer, and this one, this arm is going to be throwing it into this depot, and this depot that's hidden over here, into these other arms. Those will then be deploying it on an Extractinator, or whatever it's called. The thing from Terraria, but basically in Minecraft. Yeah, Extractinator. That's then just gonna be thrown down here. Over here I've made the beginnings of a different kind of factory, but I have not yet gotten around to making it actually work. I would need a steady supply of lava for that. And I don't quite have that. Now, let's take a look. It does seem to be running. Ironically, the water supply is maxed out, so it's, you know, supposed to not have any problems. It's specifically for steam engines and stuff, is why generally you get an infinite supply of water, but because I wanted it to be a problem, a normal physical problem, I wanted it to not work like that. But it started to become a glitchy problem, and I may be turning that setting around again. But yeah, let's see. Now, right now, because of, well, I don't really know why, this got stuck with a lot of graphite and graphite powder. Meaning the next bottleneck is actually the stomping itself. Which certainly hasn't been the case for a while since I made, you know, this whole system. These boiler heaters, they are at the maximum temperature, which is basically equivalent to using blaze cakes. Look at that. I haven't had that many in a while. Well, maybe it's been running on a surplus slowly for a while and I just haven't looked in a while. I mean, there's a lot of diamonds for this machine to make. It's not really fast at the moment. If I didn't have a fluid mod, it would run a lot faster. Let's take a look outside. Is the tower still intact? Yes. So. Oh, it's formed ice. That's bad. But yeah, it's definitely, you know, it's definitely done its thing. I've considered making that automated as well, just every Minecraft day at midday, just having it spawn a big chunk of water up here, but if it's gonna freeze, that could be a problem. But it's only frozen on the actual ice side, so it's not really that much of fun. This honestly is much more annoying. Let's water down here, so now. Look at that. Amazing. Definitely got some into the base at that stage. Huh. Yep. How many crushing wheels with this mix? Nonsense. Where did I even still use a torch? Fortunately, waterlogging isn't really working. I can't really go down there, it's kind of occupied. Barrett is fine. Barrett is fine. I used to have, I think it was Trough snails installed. But since it was basically making me freeze to death in my boiler room, I decided against having it. But up here I did have a water filtration block, which was collecting rainwater during a time when I mainly used rain to fill up the area. That's why there's all these tiny holes over there. They maximized the water intake. At least it looked like that. Maybe it was just a placebo. You know, I've looked at some reviews of Marvel Zombies, and I feel like they've really missed the main appeal, for the most part, of that story. The main reason why those zombies were so terrifying. You know, normally zombies are mindless boards meat-eating undead. And that's good enough, you know. But in superhero stories, they had, you know, superhero zombies with superpowers. That's bad enough. But then they also had them be completely sentient and aware of themselves, just incredibly hungry for living flesh. And that combination really, really worked in their original story. And then they made Marvel Zombies the show, and they had one of those in Wonder. Which, if you are gonna have one of them, you know, Wonder makes sense. But why? No, it's a tower I'm seeing on the mini-map. Okay. Alright. Do we still have bees? Doesn't look like it. Right. Okay. All flowing fluids, not jelly stuff. Flow. Yeah, none of need internal drains for these buildings even later on when they are finished. I really gotta look at that run Let's Play again. The reason I tried this again, and I've tried it many times before, is because I found a Let's Play of somebody who did it, and they've basically found a mod which makes it rain, and the rain refills the water, and it doesn't rain into buildings, which is the one thing that I'm missing, and it doesn't flow into buildings. Like I could have a drain and I would have a completely sealed off area, a completely sealed building, no gaps, no air gaps, nothing, no air inside, and rain just makes it flow into it. It just makes water spawn inside. So flood 100 days. That's okay, so here it is already flooded. Creative, yeah, here it is. Create, mod, engineer in hardcore Minecraft. A massive flood. That's what I'm looking for. So, mod list. The realistic water physics mod. And there's a mod list finally, okay. Realistic water physics mod Minecraft. It's just giving me flowing fluids. Here's water physics overhaul. How's that? Yeah. That's 1.16.5. So that's ooh. Firefox just completely crashed. One moment. It's gonna be a little annoying to get it all back. Hmm. Okay. I've got my dashboard, my user studio again. Let's go back into. I gotta edit the CSS again to have it not be trash. Let's look at the mods again. I'm back again. All the things. It's not saying which realistic water physics mod. It just says the, and there's many. There's no the water physics mod. There's water physics overall. There's the most realistic water physics mod in Minecraft yet, a YouTube video. And here's one for Skyrim. And so, you know, this looks good. It's the old one for old versions. So I just don't know. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I'm 1.20.1. I don't really realistic physics mod. That's for the versions. For a sketchy website. That's not it. You know, I'm using flowing fluids. When's the last update on this? Versions. 7 months ago. Which version do I have? That's the newest. So nothing I could get out of that. Let's just keep going and see what I can do otherwise. Okay. This seems to be working again, at least. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Nothing has grown, meaning basically no ticking has happened for a while now. At least this is filled up again. Ooh. Yeah, let's disable distant horizons completely for now. This certainly has benefited from all the lag. I feel like, this is not normal. I've disabled melting pipes, by the way, because there's no real way to automate regulating temperatures. And can't solve it in a clever way. I'm not going to be suffering the bad side effects. I just decided against it. Because I feel like the temperature is on a different kind of tick rate. Except for, emission, the release of heat into the surrounding area. It seems to be kind of fixed. And so, that's what we've been seeing here. Let's grab some lapis lazuli, and show what I've been doing in terms of enchanting. while the lag is going on. This is currently my most precious resource. And if I could find a better way of automating it, I would. So over here, on my mob farm drops all the mods. Look at the loot, by the way. I've got my experience being pumped away into this container. From here, it goes up, out, and one part of it, after the pump, is being redirected right over here. Where it will then be turned into hyper enchanting experience. Very slow rate, costing 1 level of the day and a glow sack per operation. As well as needing to be heated up pretty highly. And that's then gonna be thrown into this container, from where pumped out again. It's not full at all because it's really being used at such a high rate. And it's gonna be thrown into here, where it's being used to hyper enchant. And as you can see, it's about this slow even when it's not less laggy. You know, it takes some time. Let me actually take that out and which one is this, by the way? It's the generic armor one. But enchanted books I want to reprint away, and all the other ones are in here. Basically just specific combos of books. I did, by the way, try making a hyperbook where all the enchantments are, and if I go any level beyond 1, it doesn't quite work so well. But I can. Make a book of exactly 1 level per enchantment. At least the last time I checked. It may have changed in the meantime. So, this monstrous book doesn't even need hyper enchanting. It can just be done using normal books. I think I just crashed. Whoops. Oh, so that's not a chunk ban. Because this mod pack doesn't have any backups. Okay. Here's hoping. Oh. That's the previous book. What book is this? All of them. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, okay. So I can put it in there. Can I switch these out? Too expensive. Okay. Too expensive in general, or too expensive in general? Yeah, I kind of figured. I don't even know how I managed to get this one working. So, this is the hyperbook. Oh, where did I put it in? Back? This is, I think, just capacity. Which I don't really... Yeah. I may want to make a book of just the lowest possible. Hold on, I think I have several of these at this point. Let's see, yes, but that's the armor one. That's the generic one, that's another generic one. So this is about the highest I can get on just one enchantment book. I'm gonna be keeping this. And I'm gonna be keeping this. I'm gonna be throwing this back. Let's look back at the lowest ones, which I maybe want. You know what? Let's make a trident book. And then use that later on this one, maybe. So, no life mending. This. So, it's going to be using some experience. And books. Oh, I need to make some new ones again at some point. And that's just going to be slowly printing using the experience in the big tank. Let's check out the sugarcane storage I've got. It's all kind of ranchable together over here, so any sugarcane should come over to this one, I think. And if it doesn't, yeah, it's being held up over here. No, actually, it's not enough for letters. At least this is not stuck anymore, but yeah, this backlog is gonna take some time to get rid of. Sure, I shouldn't turn that one into sugar. Oh. And I think I've got maxed out. Impaling, I haven't. This should probably be a hyperbook. Yeah. It's about to be printable. And once these are printed, I can just combine them in an envelope together and then put it back over here, and then I can grab a single book which has all the maxed out enchantments out of the library. But yeah. And these are just being printed to, if you look inside here, you've got this, you've got the points stored, and each level 1 enchantment is 1 point, and I think it goes up in powers of 2 in terms of costs. So that's why I'm printing at level 1, because it's already worth it, even if it does a little bit costly on books. Take speed is still pretty low. How's the power? still not filled up. But this is slowly filling up. These things have a very low internal storage, I think. I'm not too sure about that. I did already make a relay over here, but yeah, here's really from then onwards working. Before that, they don't really do much. If I ever were to run out of abilities to use water, like if I were to start pumping from the ocean, and that's not enough, I could always use Stirling engines. Because that's basically steam power, but like I'm already using the heat. And you know, these generate 6 per second. Let's see, Stirling engines. Where do I have Stirling engines? I think I'm using them down here. No. I'm using them somewhere. Don't remember. Yeah, it's up in my enchantment area. So yeah, they are using 100 per second. Per tick. No, yeah, per second. So at about 200 campfires, I can run on one of these at max speed. It's not really very space efficient, but it would work and would be pretty constant. Anyways, I think there's some way. Hold on, let's see. Can I find out what this can? No, I can't. I was hoping to see what enchantments, what things I can fish up, but no. Okay, so I don't want live catch. I'm pretty sure it's gonna. I don't want live bending as well. Log of a sea I want to extract if possible. Hold on. Got these, Thomas scrapping. If I can extract log of the sea, perfect. That's all I want? Yeah. Let's get some of those. Gonna be pretty slow because of lag and because this machine is slow in general. Really, I should be having whole warehouses full of these kind of machines, but if I were to scale up to that degree, it's gonna be lagging whether I have water mod or not. That's better. I don't need Unbreakable from this. Okay. And here where the points come in. If I had a storage of hyper experience, I could already be doing this using just a few books, but you know, definitively. Let's get another Chainrod. Just got the other enchantments in order. Yep. Yep. That's what I'm waiting for next. Yep. Okay. So I think that should be about it. Yeah. Could also go for angling. I've got a lot of fish. the damage, not the attack speed, because even on good days it doesn't give me much room to attack a lot of times. And this indicator, it doesn't really count for me because it'll just keep going slower or faster and all that. Put this in here for now. Yeah. So, what's my best pool for fishing? I think that would be actually my boiler room or down here. I'll be fishing down here. There is a mod installed, which I haven't really interacted with much, which I don't know the effectiveness of. Still some issues to be worked out here, I see. So I wonder no water's gone into this area. That looks constant. Yes, I've left a hole up here, yeah. That's not good. Fishing in the leg, yeah, it's gonna be funny. How many apples do I have left? It's been a while since I've eaten about 1,000 apples. I had a 4K stack of apples in that backpack, so I've eaten about 1,000 apples since I did that. However many days ago that was. I'm going to go down until What is that? Oh, that's kind of fish that doesn't even make a fillet, it's just a steak fish, okay. If I were to dig down until it's only deep slate and I just make a big empty cavern in there, I think that's where I would build my... my main idea actually in this whole mod pack is to make a mall in the underground, you know, like the oldest place. And just fill that with water. A little journey here. Ah, yes. I'm thinking I'm gonna try it in the ocean instead. Let me show you the vast pro shop. Oops. No, oh no. So I've drained the area around an ocean monument. And I'm calling it the Bass Pro Shop. This is another potential candidate for the mall location. And this would be the central hall, and I would place shops all around the circular area. This is also being constantly drained, just outside on the ocean floor, you know, surface. Using, oh, yeah, it looks like it's about done-ish. Just, you know, needs to be run while I'm nearby, which is neat, because I'm planning on fishing here for a little bit. So that works out. But yeah, this thing is full of guardians. I've plugged the exit over here, so that none of it can drain out. And just drain the entire surrounding area. Having a few parallel processes on this level running is probably why all the lag happened in part, like at least. But the main issue was that I enabled a lag protection setting, which made it so that only in a certain area around where the player is, any actual updates happened. Which of course, you know, breaks my Steam engine because it's constantly draining water. But yeah. It hasn't made any difference really on the surface. Just over on that side, if you were to look. That is where that mountain is. Sort of my little fountain I made. And that's my tree farm, my smaller one. Well, the medium one. The smaller one is behind that one. That's my underwater semi-sphere. Still not sure what I'd like to do over here. I initially wanted it to be my enchanting area, but I don't think I would have enough space for that. I may just make it another entrance to this small area. Yeah, I'm thinking I will be fishing over here. This platform. But I need to quickly BRB, so put that on. And do this. I'm back. I'm back. So, this has been running pretty constantly now, right? There's still a lot of it to be drained. It's just that not being close to it didn't have it loaded, and so it didn't. Well, this is gonna be pretty damn exciting. Let's watch the Phoenix video in the meantime. I'll pull this out. Oh. It's
I'm duly notified that it is that time of the
a
month
bamboo
again.
spawn. Oh no.
Good old stick drift. What player see? What Mojang see? I think that's probably what it's meant to be, but why is the crafting recipe vertical if that's the case? Like this, but that's a trapdoor. Are doors meant to be that long? I didn't even know how to do this. So like here, or like this, and then there. Okay, they're separated. I can do this, and there we go. We have it. Ugh. Remember when it was a joke? Welcome to the Minecraft store. Proceed to check out. Wait, why does this look familiar? When did we do this? April Fool's 2011. How do I access this? Steve Co. Supply Crate. You need a Steve Co. Supply Crate
There we go.
to open this. You can pick one up
Speaking
at the
of
Minecraft
crates.
store. Oh my god, this has become
Wow,
real.
okay.
Oh, I can access it? Web archive, do your thing.
Okay.
No, I can't see anything. Okay, dang it, I want to see the pictures. More pictures. If you're prone to seizures, press cancel. Those were the days. Wow, this again. Nautilus can fly if they're fast enough. Oh, no way. Is that because they have a vertical momentum every time they jump? And that happens on land, so you can just soar into the sky. Time to try this. You're burning. All right, cool. So saddle, you're nearly dead. So Nodlite can travel on land. They're just kind of stupid. You kind of have to do this to travel, but that's also very inconvenient. So effect, give, will speed work? Yes, speed also works. Oh my god. Oh, that's insane. It's so difficult to control. You sort of need to coordinate with their jump cooldown, but really, not that hard. Ow. Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm at 300. Let me turn on clouds. There we go. That is how high I am right now. The heck? I think I've desynced. The trifecta of the new update naming system. I don't know how to feel about it. This is absolutely... This is a good change. It's really not any better at all. The fact that this can still happen is terrible. Minecraft Blast has iron golems without their vines. Oh wait, I forgot about Minecraft Blast. How's that going? The game can currently only be playtested in Malaysia and Canada. Well, if you played it, how do you feel about it? Good grief,
What?
where are his vines?
What? Wait. What do you mean this mythic crate? This okay. So that is the top of the line crate I can get. Literal best of the best of the best of the best of the best. Yeah. I mean, the enchantments are, you know, the only reason this doesn't have fire protection is because it's never right, so you know. But I guess it's going off basic loot tables. So this being a common crate is basically illegible barrels. And this is end island stuff, I guess. Yeah, okay. Back to Phoenix. Oh.
So I just become a command block like that? Yep, you are now the most powerful being in all of Minecraft. Oh, you're a repeating command block too. That's even better. The world name contains words that others may find offensive and cannot be used. Wait. Like a single player world? I didn't realize they were censoring world names. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but when you create a new world, do these world names show up for other people in your social circle? This is on my friend's realm. The world is a backup and they spent an hour uploading it. The world name is Friendcraft. What
Oh
are they
my
censoring?
god.
Raft. Years of in-game coordinates censored. Oh no. Can you get them back? When they censor something in the game, does it just automatically turn into hashtags? Is the metadata still there? Oh, guys, here are some new leaks. Realm, browse add-ons, game... What have you done here? Oh, this was 5 days ago. Oh, I just realized you put the exit button all the way down there. It's like you can't even exit the game. You're forced to keep playing. I'm happy to report that everything is better. And we still have browse add-ons here, but fine. Would a shulker wear a hat like this or like this? Oh my
What is
god,
that?
my mind
Dragonfish.
blows. Why did the ender dragon
Yeah, all of
cross
these
the
fish would
road?
really be
Because
cool if
chickens
they
weren't
didn't just
invented
all
yet.
turn into fish meat.
After 8 years, I present to you Minecraft. Oh my god, they're back. It's this guy. Oh my god, what am I to expect?
I am a Steve. I must find the diamond, rebuild an house, and get revenge on the crapper.
Dude, you have real eyeballs.
Wow, 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 wow. I am rebuilding an house. Wow, 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 wow. I am crafting the sword.
What? Okay. What are you doing? That's either really uncomfortable for you or really comfortable for you, depending on the type of person you are. Oh, wow, from one type of animation to another. Is this the eye bleach I requested? Rosace OBJ. That was really good. We need more people like this in the world. Aurora Borealis at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen. Wait, where's the kitchen? I'm not dead. Hey, Hightail is there. Oh yeah, today is Hightail presale day. I need to get on that. The block game compass. Oh my god. Really?
I do not think that it was a reliable source of laboratory.
I do agree. Not exactly.
If it even is any kind of source for it.
No. Grounded.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I was hoping this could give me level 3. Doesn't look like it. Whoop! Ah. Yep. Oh, okay. Didn't know these counted as wood. Yeah. I'm gonna say fishing is probably a dead end. Testing my feather falling. Pretty good. All of this. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much done. Not really much I could do outside of this, except for buckets and filling in the area. Neither of which I really want to do. If I could. Let's see if I still have some big empty separated areas. Not empty. Oh, okay. Here's my exit, so I'm not going to be going any lower than that. Oh, that's how slow things down. If I were to completely close this area off, like stop pumping water out, and leave these puddles, it would fill up to the nearest us to the highest available puddle. Slowly. Very slowly. But it would. And that's kind of part of why I installed this mod, because I wanted to have problems like that and learn how to deal with them. Problem is, there's no really good setting for adjusting how much rain adds water, because the mod developer decided that having more water gets placed by rain than is drained by evaporation would be unbalanced, which is all nice and good, but I want the flood. Like, come on. I really want the flood. That's why I installed this mod. I think to some extent I will always be having pumps running. I will maybe make a whole drainage system just for dealing with this kind of thing. But I will be putting a roof over all of this. And eventually have a whole water system flowing through all of this. By the way, look at that. That's the entrance to my underwater dome, which I made when the water level was about at that level. It's one of the many fun things you can do with this mod. What's happening? To be honest, I think I would get more levels of value from just using Boon of the Earth and Andesite. It's maybe my next project. A huge andesite placing thing, which I will break using vein mining and the symmetry stuff wand. Well, yeah, I think this is about done. That's at least the rough volume of water. Now it's just the puddles of water that I would have to deal with. You know, the most terrible thing is I burned a ton of Lazuli just for prismarine, because I can haunt it and turn that into prismarine. And now I'm yeah. Like I could I don't know, do I have, I think I've got a drowned spawner up here. Let's check what eggs I have. For drowned, zombie, close to it. And no wardens yet. Someday. And if I just enable the drowned, the magma cubes for some reason haven't been spawning at all. And this has stopped again. At least the steam engine still seems to be running still. Oh my god. Barely. Awesome. Yeah, I definitely need to fix that. But yeah. Around. If once I have a guardian egg, basically to do this to them. Like for 2 minutes. And I've got an auto clicker that clicks every 5 seconds. That alone already would solve all of my issues with that. Let me see. Yeah, no, nothing I would need. Let's go back to the Bass Pro Shop and go fishing my way. Like I burned a bunch of lapis lazuli, which is pretty rare for me. Like at this point, I really need a lot of it because I never really thought I would get into hyper enchanting, and just to basically do what I'm doing here, but you know, for the cost of lapis lazuli. Look at this, by the way. That's in a mine shaft. Okay. Well, water did escape at some point apparently. It's really not that visible from below for some reason. You know, there's a lot of discussion about how Mojang is constantly screwing up updates and stuff. People being angry about changes and all that. But you know when I stopped trusting Mojang with Minecraft updates? Like when it really started for me to thinking that they may be not always be having good ideas. When I noticed that what happens when you have a bed explode on you in the nether. The death message is killed by intentional game design. And it's not that the choice of having beds explode by itself is one that I disagree with so harshly that I would compare it to the current changes in Minecraft. It's that the approach to showing the player why it happens is, yeah, this is intentional game design, it's not gonna change, and probably nothing you can ever say will change our mind on this. That is when I realized, yeah, that may be a problem. to your home and said, hey, we really like human meat, but we would love if you didn't have to keep coming into people's houses, but can you give us like a little thing we could use to spawn more of you? Do you think that it would be better or worse than straight out war? So that's what I'm looking for right now, a method of spawning infinitely many of these without having to keep coming back into this pyramid. I would personally like to leave this pyramid mostly decorational and just alone. Maybe surrounded even with some hazard tape and whatever. I really just need a spawn egg for that to happen. I'm starting to wonder if there's maybe a flag that prevents that because of, once again, intentional game design. In my opinion, all game design should be toggleable, like if you've got some intentions behind it. Because no matter what, some player or another will be having other intentions with your game. And if it's a multiplayer game, sure, like, you know, video game design includes anti-cheat in that case, and you know, you really don't want the player to be able to toggle that. But this is a sandbox. So any and all intentional game design, in my opinion, should be a game rule, including exploding beds in the nether. Or any other dimension, really. No. If the player wants, they should be able to make them explode in the real world. Me personally, I want to be able to set my spawn in the nether using unintentional game design. I've had to deal. I've directly spoken with people who use unintentional game design as the end-all be-all reason for things being the way they are. People who worship the status quo, and any suggestion to change it being equivalent to heresy. I've got an egg. There we go. I'm out of here. Let's find the exit. Later. So here's how easy it is to switch out monster spawners. I already have a bunch of round eggs, so I'm not gonna be worried about losing that one. And there we go. Ta-da! Let me just leave. Now I'm not sure if they can fit into this. Let me clear out my inventory. you know, it's really weird. And of all the games, Minecraft has mastered what I believe is perfect permadeath. There's just a single thing that is the permadeath is optional. You turn it on, you don't have to deal with it all the time. It's not like a central feature. Like any other game in the area of that Minecraft occupies would have permadeath be a mandatory thing that you can't turn off at all. Appear to be falling down, man. Yep. I had some dwarves get stuck in the edge of that. What's it called? For specifically having airflow or flow around it. Ah, no, your nozzle. Yeah, nozzle. Remember, just as I was moving my mouse. But yeah, for this, that's basically needed currently. Oh. This makes AFK farming difficult. I also appear to be not having much luck with the sweeping edge. This way I get some. Now the real test is, does this do they drop their items when they just die without player intervention? That's what I'm really looking forward to finding out. Because if they do, and they are pretty much about to, you know, from being on land, at least I think they do. I think they can drown on land. I'm not sure, actually. And well, if they do, let's check the numbers. 271, 143. If that is the case, I can just leave this running and I've got a prismarine machine. Let's actually get rid of these. Just so I have them. Well, yeah, that's pretty good. Yep, okay, they are dying. And they are dropping it. Okay, perfect. I can just leave this running and I've got infinite prismarine. Perfect. Let's grab some of the eggs for now. Just so I've got them on storage. Yeah. I definitely find a lot of fish by doing this. Need to also get rid of some of the experience. I thought it just feels weird to have to invest much experience in my bar all the time. I feel like at the low 200s I'm a lot more comfortable. I don't know, something about multiples of 2. Let me change position while I'm here. Yeah. And what's that? Okay. Yeah, that's it. Normal enchanting really doesn't take a lot of experience. If only I could get levels of Zuli out of them. I gotta check if there's a mod or a setting I can maybe I can change the setting and have it generate stuff the higher rate. There's fish crates now. Extractinator. Yeah. I really want to experiment with setting this to 100, but it's not like I would get any different of a loot table. Just give me more, and that's it. Almost forgot, but I have these issues now. I was close to forgetting. I was so close. Oh wow, that's rough. That is rough. Nothing? Oh, it's not even the tick speed issue. It's not even a ticking issue. It's not lag. It's just that this is slow as fuck. I'm gonna look for a mod. I don't know if it exists. Oof. Minecraft. height speed. Two pumps is slower than one? What do you mean? Yeah. I'm gonna need to do some testing. I'm gonna need to test this because there may be an issue. Is where I did temperature tests. Right. So what I need now. Maybe that's from scratch. Need that. That. Right. I may have to just literally pump water in from the ocean, which would be really annoying. Because that's also gonna run out. And I want the world to be flooded, not emptied of water. Right? That's the exact opposite of what I want. So, let's see. Creative water. Let's need. Yeah, this. And let's get some in case stuff. So. I'm some spacing. About flow rate. So I'm gonna be testing, you know, how fast this thing can be filled up. So, this experiment is about how to speed up water flow. Experiment 1 on a baseline. Is water flow even a thing to be sped up? Uh, so now I'm going to be leaving this unconnected. So, small speed, high speed. This one will, of course, first take some time to even reach the exit. But once it's connected, once the flow is established, because these pipes don't store any water, any fluid at all. But it's now connected and it's still not throwing out any water. So, high speed motors, definitely faster than slow speed motors. Established. Next. Putting all these at max speed from now on. does this, which is bent, compared to this, which is going to be a direct connection in terms of speed. Yeah. I'm gonna be needing the pit for these too. Because I can't really tell much of a difference. So I did make something weird here, right? Because by all logic, this should be slower. 6, yeah. Are these competing in some weird way with where to pull the water from? And is that slowing it down? Is there... No, wait, now they seem to be almost equal. It's just the initial boost they had. I think I will have to look at these fill up completely. So yeah, let's look at which one's gonna be flowing up to the top first. So we can avoid that. I really was hoping to avoid that. Yes, no, that seems to be just the initial head start this one somehow had. Nothing else. Emptying the tanks. Now, here's the next experiment. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is as many inputs as it has outputs. Matched completely. This one will have more. I will completely maximize the inputs, leave the amount of outputs the same. And I do mean completely. Well, I will not be doing all sides of the tank. And I think the message should get across through this. We'll be doing this entire side completely until it is done. This and this. So that's many of these so can fit on that side. Now let's empty it. Thanks again. I really didn't need to make 3 of them. Or was I always gonna be comparing 2 of them? There's still gonna be some slight trickle from above here. I do believe I also have, yeah, it also generates some buckets, which is annoying. Alright. Next test. Pump for each output. Maxi pump. Another close one. I believe I see this one filling up more. The reason I'm testing it this way is because I've seen it having a lot of empty time. And while this one is having like a few ticks of emptiness, here, as soon as this block is empty, it seems to be instantly filled again. So this should actually have some significant differences. Bottom layer. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, no, actually, maybe. This one had the head start, I think. Yeah, this one I'm actually gonna be testing until around here. I would say the biggest problem right now is that the flow rate isn't really very good because of how I built the channel leading here. But I do think I'm seeing a difference. Yes, if it was updating faster, this one would definitely be slower. Okay, it gives me a plan for continuing the flooding system. I'm gonna be making a big creative tank that's gonna be completely drained as fast as possible by pumps on all sides, leading to a tower. Like the current fountain structure, it's alright. I entered the same word again. It's alright, I would say. It's just not having the throughput that I really want. So I'm gonna be changing that. I'm also gonna be putting all my stuff into my backpack. So now I can be secure in knowing that I'm not gonna be deleting my items randomly while in creative. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be leaving the structure itself intact. It's just the amount of pumps here, it's gonna be increased massively. I didn't check if the inputs really made much of a difference in this scale. This is where I would like to have some kind of super stressable, higher speed create items. Like some kind of reinforced pipes and cores and all that. Just to let it run at a much higher rate. You know, without breaking the way the mod works for other things. But yeah, let's see. Um, uh, this right. And dang, that's slow. That seems to be a Decor issue, not a Rupert issue. Decor. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Look at that, it's barely even getting up here. But yeah, it does seem to be a little bit better than... Oops. Yeah. Now I've had more performance. This will be working perfectly well. But I do believe it's also time for the rain to come back. Days of rain be up on the... Ah. not even getting rainfalls yet. That fucking kelp. It's completely died out in this area. Oh, and some of it is. Oh, it's the Configurable, like, not there. There should be a actual safe location for it. Doesn't mean I have to like it being needed. But that's done. Ooh. Yeah. It's definitely rough. Look at where all the grass has yet to grow in back. All of it was completely underwater. There'll be channels with a constant flow rate that I couldn't even handle in mind. And now it's all dried out. I may need to do a backup and test all the flowing water mods. Just to see if one of them maybe is more performant. Because this simply will not do. Yeah, let's try. This is still running, okay. I do also have a bunch of prismarine stuff. My entire factory relies on this steam engine to run. I built a flywheel just to have a visual reminder, aside from all the other reminders, because otherwise the batteries will be slowly draining, as it has, and then I will suddenly have no more factory. Actually, not quite sure how it's running right now. I'm also gonna be running out of water. Continuous in my farm. It's quite lucky that I am still running. I'm honestly considering just using ocean water, like pumping that in. But again, I want it to be flooded, not to drain the oceans. But yeah, everything is slow right now. Everything. Should go up on the watchtower. Check on the flow. See if it's maybe gonna be improving. I also need to finally get rid of this. It's running. Oh, that's fine. Minimal and low. Minimum. Minimal. Let's do enable that. That's also okay. Should be good now. Yeah. I do believe I'm observing a very low flow rate, mostly due to lag. I have no idea how well this would be running without that. So I'm gonna be relaunching the entire instance, I think. Back to the Phoenix video for the while.
No, not doing this. So like, Minecraft, very accessible, sort of heading towards fantasy, and Hytale, which we haven't even seen or played yet. We'll wait and see, it's gonna be out in a month's time. Don't search up Hytale on Steam. Worst mistake of my life.
Oh
yeah,
no.
I know exactly what comes up, I'm not showing it in the video. r/Minecraft said this was a meme, so I'm posting it here now. Oh my god. Wait, why are villagers impure? Is it because they breed incessantly? I made Minecraft run in the terminal. Holy cow, what the heck? That is very trippy. I can see how this is kind of done though. I assume you're just mirroring the screen, so you're taking pixel information and then converting it over to the CMD. Well, that's gonna mess with my eyes. I made zombies be able to break everything to get to you. I was just playing normal survival Minecraft when I found this. What is that? That is an oak sapling. Ah yes, the desert biome. Oh yeah, Minecraft had a string of posts where they just had like spelling mistakes in them. Instead of desert, they wrote dessert, and instead of glazed terracotta, they wrote glazed terracotta, whatever that is. Just
Okay, let's see. Oh my god. It's like honey. It's like actual slowly dripping honey. Oh, and it also needs to reload the entire flow process each time. Huh? It is pretty fast for what it is doing. So, you know, eventually it's gonna reach down there. And eventually that's gonna be powering my Steam engine again. Eventually. Isn't alright, it's still running. Is it still trying to generate who knows how far away? Has the world safe maybe grown? I'm not entirely sure how Distant Horizons works. But is it, it's about 3 gigabytes of world size. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. It's like a weeping angel, I feel like. If I look away, it seems to be running faster. Whenever I completely leave the area, it just completely stops. Or at least seems to. I mean, it's been bad for a while, but it hasn't been this bad. How is this worse? And by this much? I mean, look at it. It's barely even doing anything. Yeah, I believe I will be shopping around fluid mods off stream and testing around with that. And that would mean for now, that's gonna be it. And I will be ending stream. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate.